Hey, hi everybody! It's a new year, happy new one and everything. Hey, let's play a game. Red plus blue equals fuck you. But seriously guys, happy new year and I hope you're all doing well. Before I get into it, I'd first like to talk about Prog. The original idea was to focus on sequels to games and talk about the good, the bad, and how they progressed. That's where the name came from, get it? Prog? Progression? Can you line up the dots? They'll never know. The dog made it. However, I've noticed that sticking to this formula will limit me in the long run. Like, what if I want to talk about a game that has no sequel? Or what if I want to talk about one game in a series? Or what if I want to do a top 10 or something along those lines? And rather than rebranding the show and going through all the hassle, I've decided to just keep the name and have the show just be about the progression of video games. This is me being lazy. So now that that's out of the way, play that intro! Holy shit, I love Kingdom Hearts. I'm a fan of most of the games in the series. Not you, though. Oh, it's a chain of memes. But my favorite is Kingdom Hearts 2. Now I could go into why 2 is better in terms of combat, level design, etc. But I felt like digging a bit deeper and explaining why it's one of my all-time favorites. No, it's not because of nostalgia, but I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a factor. No, this game actually fits my personality. Hey, what do you mean, man? Why don't you shut the fuck out of my house, and I'll tell you. It all comes down to one thing, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the full circle? Progression. Personally, I see myself as a thinker. I don't know, you might have noticed, because of my dashing good looks and... In whatever I'm doing, I like to be mentally stimulated. I don't like doing the same things over and over. I'm the most satisfied when I have a task, complete it, and move on to something different. Which is basically what Kingdom Hearts 2 is. You visit a world, do whatever you need to do there, and then move on. Some would argue that the game is super basic, but I'd have to disagree. The whole game is designed to keep things fresh when it starts to get dull. When combat gets tiring, you'll level up and get new moves to try out, or they'll throw different enemies at you and you'll have to figure out the best way to defeat them. The levels are also short and varied enough to keep your interest. One minute you're fighting ghosts in Halloween Town, and the next you're a fucking lion. And then you're a mermaid and you sing. Okay. There's a lot of little side stories in each world, but when those get old, the main story starts to move along. And in Final Mix, there's all new parts where the game gets ridiculously hard. Almost everything ramps up, from the beginning to the final fights with Xemnas. Even the intro to the game is a step above the first one. I feel like I can relate to this game. I feel like if I'm not moving forward in my life, then what am I doing? I want to get from point A to B as fast as possible. That's why this game is so satisfying to me. You start out basic, and by the end of the game, you've grown so much and you're doing stuff you couldn't even imagine doing at the beginning. It's a satisfying feeling. Sometimes you have to take a look at where you've come from to appreciate where you are now. That's progression. Oh, it's stuff like this that keeps me going. Now, if I may go off on a tangent here, whenever someone tells me what their favorite game is, I'm usually surprised. They actually know, without a shadow of a doubt, what their favorite game is, not what they think it is. When they tell me, I think about what I know about the game and realize that it fits them, you know? It's not with every person, but it happens enough for me to bring it up. It's usually followed by, oh, I played that game so much as a child. So is it nostalgia? Maybe. I honestly think that maybe the game shaped part of who they are today. But that's just my theory. I mean, hey, I've been affected by games before. Oh, sorry. Didn't notice you there. Just reading the Bible. Hanging out with some cactuses. You know, the usual. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Prog. Sorry it took so long. I actually played the game for 33 hours to get all the footage that I wanted. I'm sorry this episode's kinda on the short side. I kinda wanted to talk about something different, and I feel like I got my point across pretty fast. Hey, if this is your first time watching Prog and you like it, click right around here and that'll take you to the first episode of Prog where I talk about Mario Sunshine and Mario Galaxy. And if you click somewhere around here, that'll take you to episode 2 of Prog where I talk about the Sly series. The Sly series. And hey, if you like what you see and you want to see some more in the future, maybe subscribe. It really helps us out. So again, guys, thanks for watching Prog, thanks for watching Sludgewave. This year's been great, I've had a lot of fun, met some really cool people, done some cool stuff, and I hope you look forward to more. I'll see you in the next one.